Here's a thought for you. We live in a political era dominated by corporate cash, billionaire beauty pageants, and a right-wing noise machine whose rhetorical phasers are permanently set to stun. It's easy to lose track of ourselves and how we're doing when we're distracted every moment by Fox News circuses and celebrity-driven media carnivals. But out behind the tents where the carnival lights aren't as bright, a lot of people keep on fighting the good fight for the values we believe in. How's that fight going? One way to find out is by measuring the progress of recent political developments against what you might call a populist or progressive agenda. Now, there have been victories, a lot of victories on the local level. A lot of cities are now adopting higher minimum wage. The Fight for 15 was just victorious in Los Angeles. It's working in Seattle. It's working in other cities around the country. Social Security, we had an exciting development on the national level when virtually all Democratic senators signed on to Elizabeth Warren and Senator Joe Manchin's proposal to expand Social Security. So that's great. But look, there's a lot of setbacks that we are still facing, even within the Democratic Party. Let's start with the president. The president is aggressively pushing this trade deal, which would undermine key provisions of the Financial Reform Act and is disliked by voters from left to right. He claims it's a progressive measure that would improve the life of workers worldwide, but he's relying on Representative Paul Ryan to block an anti-slavery amendment. You wouldn't need to do that in a really worker-friendly agreement. It's another NAFTA-style job killer, and 13 Democrats voted for fast track to make it happen last week. Democrats may be tarred with this lousy deal for a generation if they're not coming, and there are other battles on the way. Where will these kinds of Democrats stand on the investment needed to repair our crumbling infrastructure and the taxes on the wealthy needed to pay for it? Where will they stand on the fight over climate change, which will determine the fate of our planet? Where will they stand on adequate funding for public schools? Where will they stand on systemic racism and the crisis of our cities? Where will they stand on our runaway military budget and NSA spying? Remember, Barack Obama was elected as an anti-war candidate, but we're not hearing any policy prescriptions from him in this area or from Hillary Clinton. And where will these Democrats stand on overturning Citizens United and ending the legalized corruption which is destroying our democracy? Voters are looking for politicians who will stand with them with action and commitment, not vague rhetorical gestures towards the right ideas or the right sentiments. Now, I have to bring this up. I went on Senator Hillary Clinton's website yesterday, and I couldn't find an issues page. I don't think we are at a moment in history where that is acceptable. We need to declare ourselves firmly on the issues as well as on our values. Now, when we come back after the break, we will be hearing from Nancy Altman about the revolutionary ideas that founded this country and how relevant they are to today's debate over Social Security and other issues. She will be talking to us about the original blogger, the original lefty activist, Thomas Paine, and a new edition of his works that she has edited. So please stick with us. We'll be right back. I am Richard RJ Eskow, and this is The Zero Hour.